Welcome back to video number 2 for this Monday morning. The Royals have really been busy. Plus we have some stuff William did. Plus we have Catherine's Christmas Carol concert. So there's a lot in here. Let's jump in and cover it all, shall we? Let's go. We're going to start with Princess Anne, who on November 1st attended the Eric Little Awards Gala dinner. She was there, and this event celebrated those making exceptional contributions to Scotland's athletics, sports, and community. Wow, that looks like a huge event. All right, next up, sticking with Princess Anne, on December the 5th, she visited Shoreham Sailing Club to meet the National Coast Watch volunteers at the Shoreham Station. And you guys already know that Princess Anne is the royal patron for the National Coast Watch Institution. Moving on. Now, while she was in Sussex on the 5th, not only did she go to the National Shoreham Station, she also went to the Amberley Museum and Heritage Center Bagging Shed project. While Princess Anne was at the Amberley Museum, she was shown a tunnel used in the filming of the Bond film A View to a Kill back in 1985. And she also met Joan. That's the name of the 99-year-old steamroller that they have there on property. At the end of her visit to the museum, Princess Anne was given a handmade traditional walking stick by expert stick maker Ken Wood. It was crafted out of hazel with a walnut horse head on top. She then, of course, gave a speech. Now, on December 6th, Anne went to the new Crane Process Flow Technologies facility. This facility is located in Cwmbran in Wales. And then Princess Anne, just so you know, is also the new patron of the Plastic, Reconstructive, and Aesthetic Surgeons, and she attended their annual Congress in Newport, Wales. Love it. All right, next up, King Charles had 3 visits at Buckingham Palace. The first was from the ambassador from Peru. The second was the High Commissioner for the Republic of Fiji. And the third was the ambassador to Bulgaria. Next, Sarah, the Duchess of York, went to Surrey Square Primary School with the Caring Family Foundation. They are tackling food insecurity. And of course, Sarah gave a reading of her book, Flora and Fern. Moving on. Next up, also on December 5th, Queen Camilla attended the 50-year anniversary of Women's Aid with a reception at the Institute of Mechanical Engineers in London. She met with survivors of domestic abuse and supporters of Women's Aid at the reception. I'm glad she went, but she did let everybody know that her pneumonia, she's still a bit tired from it. I can see that. All right, moving on. Again, on the 5th, Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, went to the Bagshot WI Christmas celebrations at St. Anne's Parish Hall, Bagshot. Whew. Doesn't she look absolutely gorgeous? She's so down to earth. I just love her. All right, next up, Princess Eugenie released a statement on social media after she visited a hospital rooms project, which is aimed at supporting mental health. The Princess of York said it was an incredible project, truly incredible to see. There's beautiful artwork displayed around Springfield University Hospital. Now, this hospital is a psychiatric facility. It serves as headquarters of the Southwest London and St. George Mental Health NHS Trust. And Eugenie said that the hospital rooms bring creativity, color, and kindness to mental health hospitals. And as an avid art lover, it was incredible to see. The hospital rooms were commissioned artworks for NHS mental health inpatient units across the UK. And it was founded by artist Tim A. Shaw and curator Naomi White. Very nice. All right, let's move on. Next up, Prince William, he put on an apron to help serve Christmas dinner at the Passage, which we know is the homeless charity that he first visited with his mother. So he made a secret visit there to serve up the dinner and was described by one of those people there as a legend. This took place on December 5th. There was no announcement in advance. There was no members of the media present. These pictures were taken by private people, and Leo Scanlon, who himself was a client of the Passage, said, took the pictures, and then he got in touch with the Daily Mail because he wanted to thank William for what he did. He said that William was there serving up vegetables for over an hour and posing with people for pictures. He said there was no fanfare whatsoever, that William basically walked in quietly through a side gate at about 1:30 p.m. People didn't even realize he was there till he started serving. They said he was kind and polite and he spoke to everybody, and, typical William stuff. I find that very interesting. No media. These were all pictures taken by private people and handed over to the Daily Mail by this guy. They said there was no police there. It was very relaxed. People called him William. He listened. He was respectful. You could look him in the eye. They said he had absolutely no airs about him. They said the staff were trying to get William to move on, to the next thing, but William wouldn't go until he had to sit down and talk with multiple people. I love that. Personally, I just love the fact that Diana's teachings rubbed off correctly with one son who's doing everything right and not trying to make her memory about making money. You get it? All right, let's move on to our big story. Here we go. Princess Catherine, the Princess of Wales, Christmas Carol service, together at Christmas Carol service. Now, she showed up outside in this beautiful red jacket with the big black bow. It was designed, the coat was by Sarah Burton for Alexander McQueen. This has been a staple in her wardrobe for years because Catherine is very conscious of sustainable fashion, always has been. So she shows up and she's greeted outside by two of the clergymen, and she spoke with them for just a minute. She was looking at all the decorations, and then she made her way into the church, because what they're doing is the exact same thing that she did last year, where she shows up at the church before the rest of the family, goes inside, greets all the people inside, does her thing inside, and then comes back out to meet up with William and the children who arrive later on. So Westminster Abbey, when she got there, it opened its doors early. There were 1,600 people expected. People in attendance are those who help their family or friends through their work, or who gave up their own time to volunteer during the year. Now, outside the Abbey, Catherine walked past the kindness tree. You'll see that later. Guests are invited to dedicate a decoration to someone who's been a source of support in their lives. And in the order of service for the program, they thanked King Charles for donating trees from Windsor Great Park to decorate the church, and the firs will be donated to the local community afterwards. The guests that were arriving for this particular event were going to see performances by like a 25-piece steel pan band, a jazz ensemble by Restore the Music. There was going to be traditional carols, heartfelt readings, ballet, performances from big stars. This big event. Olympic cyclist Chris Hoy, who just revealed he's got terminal cancer. Downtown Abbey star Michelle Dockery, whose Irish fiance died from cancer in 2022, were also participating in the service. Actor Richard Grant was seen saying hello. And during the service, by the way, there was going to be a reading delivered by Prince William. I just love that one. Here's Catherine speaking to a Boy Scout. Now, talking about William, he showed up with Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, who are 11, 9, and 6. And of course, they came to support their mother during the Christmas Carol concert, so they arrived with William at the annual event. I couldn't help but notice that all three boys were wearing dark same colored suits, dark navy suits, and matching red ties. Don't you just love that? So they showed up, they walked up to Westminster Abbey, they met Catherine outside, and they turned around to go then to the kindness tree, where they brought notes for the service, and they were asked to leave a message to someone who had supported them throughout their lives, which I thought was really sweet. Prince Louis put up a note thanking Granny and Grandpa for all they do. He said, and I'm quoting, "Thank you to Granny and Grandpa because they have played games with me." How sweet. Obviously, for these children, that could be either set of grandparents because apparently they have a warm relationship with both as they should. So the children were then introduced to the Dean of Westminster, Dr. David Hoyle, and then they went and took their seats. Now, by that time, 1,600 attendees were there waiting. Though obviously a lot of the family came out to support her. These are not in any particular order, okay? First off, we noticed the Duke of Kent arriving. Then we saw the Duchess of Edinburgh, and she looked absolutely gorgeous. She was an absolute vision, and people just loved what she was wearing. By the way, all the information about everything that everybody was wearing, I have saved until the end of the video, okay? But it's all there. Again, in no particular order, Lady Gabriella. It's the first time we've seen her out with the royals since the death of her husband. And she was seen walking in with Carol Middleton and the Middleton clan. Also seen was Catherine's brother James and his wife, as well as Pippa, who was looking gorgeous in this black dress with the red purse. And again, there's Carol Middleton in the background as well. I, for one, am very glad to see Lady Gabriella out and about because I think take it the way I mean it. I think she needs the support of the family, and this is a perfect time for her to, start rejoining society. Princess Beatrice was seen out and about. She looked absolutely gorgeous. Stepson Wolfie was allowed to attend. I love that, and I love her velvet. The Duke and Duchess of Gloucester, she was an absolute vision in pink. Absolutely loved her outfit, looking good. She is a vision, absolutely gorgeous. All right, next up, we have Princess Michael of Kent who attended. After that, Lord and Lady Frederick Windsor attended with their children. Zara was also there. So here is some fabulous music for you to watch, some pictures from the service of the Wales family, and then everybody leaving afterwards. Here you go. right, you guys, you know what to do. Hit the like and the subscribe button and the thumbs up button. Then go down into the description box where you'll find the link to my Twitter, my Gettr, my Rumble, my email, my Patreon, which is currently paused, my Amazon wish list, as well as my physical address. For those of you who've donated to my coffee fund, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.